Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Would you all please stand and join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Let the record show that all board members are present this evening, and I will entertain a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. On to the consent agenda. All of the following items, those items of a routine nature normally approved at board meetings, will be approved by one vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, and action on following items A through U.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. We will go on to information reports. Do we have a representative from USPA this evening? No. UCTA, Ms. Gunter.
President Romerman, Dr. Federline, and members of the board. UCTA has been busy lobbying at the Capitol. We recently had several members attend the Public Schools Day. I think that was 2 weeks ago, maybe. And we have several more scheduled to go over the next couple of weeks. So we're proud of that. We also appreciate the opportunity to have a voice and just be a part of the discussion in regards to next year's calendar, how to make up snow days. And so we appreciate that. And we hope everyone has a great spring break.
Thank you. All right, we have a presentation from the Darnaby Ranger Robotics team. Ms. Matheson.
Are you guys ready for us? How about a big hand for the Rangers? I want to say in full transparency, we were asked to give a demonstration by Dr. Federline months ago. We put this on the calendar, and then this team was a little bit busy the past couple of weekends. So not this last weekend, but the weekend before, we threw the Red Hawks Robotics Rumble, which that was really important because we only had one team that was qualified for state at that point in time. And then Team Wally was able to earn their bid for state at the Red Hawks Robotics Rumble the weekend before. Then both teams go off to state, which, hey guys, we've been doing this for 10 years and there's been a lot of years. We're just happy to get to state. Only one other time. It is a big deal just to get to state. And these guys go, and Wally wins a Robot Skills State Championship. Team Roz wins the Overall Excellence Award, which is basically the cumulative. So all domains put together, they were the overall state champion for elementary, and they have earned a bid to the World's Competition in Denver. I don't see all of our coaches, but we do want to say big congratulations to Coach Matheson, Coach Scott, and is Bedford? No, Coach Bedford is not here. We also have a couple, they're going to introduce themselves. So we do have a couple teammates at other events who could not be here tonight. So I want to recognize Declan Keister, Cooper Barnett, Gabrielle Bedford, and Keaton Gray. And then the rest of you guys, they're going to introduce themselves and kind of tell what their main job is on the team. All right, go ahead. Dex, go ahead.
I'm a loader. My name is Jax Spite.
My name is Ian Montalhorn, I'm a coder and driver.
My name is Atlas Flowing, and I'm a driver.
My name is Evie Hartwig, and I'm a loader.
My name is Xander Bolkin, but with a Z, and I'm a driver.
My name is Jacob Thickchin, and I'm a coder.
My name is Mom Deshawn, I'm a loader. My name is Evan Blodgett, and I'm a driver and coder.
All right, you guys find this. I do want to say, kind of as they're moving to their spots, 10 years in the making. There are a lot of folks here that should be thanked that are not getting credit. We have lots of teachers in our school that are running after-school programs for these kiddos. We've got early childhood teachers that are basically teaching them coding in K1. So you don't just show up to 5th grade and become a state champion in robotics. This starts in kindergarten and goes all the way through. So there's all sorts of teachers at Darnaby that take credit for basically grooming and raising them up through a pipeline. So hats off to Ranger Robotics. Here we go.
So, before you get to understand what is it, so we're going to give you a really quick video on
Welcome to the
what
2024-2025 VEX IQ Robotics Competition, and this year's game, Rapid Relay. There are 3 ways to play the VEX IQ Robotics Competition. First, 2 teams will collaborate in 60-second teamwork challenge matches, working together to maximize their score. Both teams will receive the same points. Each of these teams consists of 2 drivers, 1 robot, and 1 loader. One driver will operate the robot for the first half of the match, the other driver will operate it for the second half, and the loader will perform their task for the full 60 seconds. Second, each team will have the opportunity to play driving skills challenge matches. In these matches, teams have 60 seconds of driver control time to score as many points as possible. Third, each team will also have the opportunity to play autonomous coding skills challenge matches, in which they have 60 seconds of autonomous robot operation to score points. No drivers allowed.
So that's just basically your 3 ways that it's set. There's 4 big things you can win at state, and that is kind of a breakdown of how the tournaments go. So the first one is Teamwork Challenge.
Collaborate with other teams to understand what your bot excels at. Work together to maximize points and ensure you deliver on commitments, like clearing a switch if you promise to do. Socializing with other students who have a passion about robotics.
So we wanted to give you one of the team's final match, so you kind of get. Forget my excitement there. Kind of give you a feel of what it is to be at a robotics tournament, how large it is. Teamwork Alliance challenges will go and they'll find their partner who they're done. They really get to tell them what's your bot good at, what's my bot good at, how can we maximize the strengths of our bots in order to score as many points as possible. A lot of other sports you play against, this one you play with. Your alliance partner is both there to score as many points as possible, and in a teamwork challenge there are 2 winners. So those 2 winners got the other 2 bid for worlds. The final score this last at state was 48, was the winning thing. Team Wally scored 44, Team Ross scored 45. So we really are just a pass or 2 away to possibly being the teamwork challenges as well. So that's one part of the competition. The mornings are, and with state, it was the night before, where we got to do our autonomous scoring. So I have my autonomous coding skills team here, ready to go.
Showing off the coding skills you've developed since the beginning of the robotics pathway. You begin at Littlebots in 2nd grade, Littlebots excel in 3rd grade, non-competitive range robotics. You use fun LED sensors to enhance your robot's performance and increase your score. We also have bumper sensors.
Coding is always the most complicated one because variables change from each competition board that you go to. But I will also say that I looked at the middle school coding scores from state, and there was actually only 2 teams in middle school who outscored the coding scores on Razor Robotics. So it really is a strength of ours. Okay. Driver. Evan.
Driving skills. I like them because you get to troubleshoot problems in real time. We had to fix a rubber band issue in our first tournament. You get to overcome nerves in high stress environments, spending half the year building, then making modifications while you're driving. Adding improvements like a guard for lining it up so it's a guaranteed make every time, and a starting platform so you can make it in that first shot every time.
Alright, how about that? You guys ready? Here's the beeping again. And so during driving skills and when you're doing teamwork challenges, there's a 1-minute thing, well, obviously my timer's here, but you have 30 seconds to drive. After 30 seconds, you have to change with your driver. So 30 seconds for each driver to score as many points as possible. Switch. So it really does its job to get as many people involved in the play as possible. And I gotta admit, after going to the Rumble, we saw a team be able to shoot 2 at the same time. And we gotta give mad props to Atlas there, who was really insistent on making it happen. And in doing so, we were able to have the last 2 adjustments that allowed us to kind of guarantee our shots. And honestly, that is what got us to state at that point in time.
Good job, drivers.
I wanted to give you guys kind of a visual of what it is to do. So again, at any VEX competition, there are 4 big awards to get. There's a lot of little awards too. You have Inspire Award, which we won at the Rumble. But our robot skills are based off of our coding and our driving skills with just our team on the board. So that is what these guys, Team Wally, won for there. Teamwork challenges, again, you'll have those 2 winners. Both people who got points, you're not fighting against each other, you're fighting with, so that there's 2. There's a judge's award. Throughout this process, we have to journal what the engineering process looks like. So we are in charge of keeping an engineering notebook together, and we get judged on a rubric at every competition to make sure the kids are the ones that they're very big on student-led learning through this. And then on top of it, we have a group of judges that go around and interview each kid. So this is real life skills here, being able to teach the kids. During our first thing, they were like, well, the thingy and the thingy, and I was like, no guys, you know what a drivetrain is, you know what a catapult is. So we worked on our interview skills. And so in order to get this excellence award, you have to be in the top 40% here, the top 40% here, and you have to be towards the top on your engineering notebook on interview to be able to get this. So needless to say, we were in tears because we did not expect to go that, but I was really super proud of that. So, and because the Excellent Award and the 2 Teamwork Awards, winners are our bids. So our next step is VEX Worlds down in Dallas. So there is literally, we get to play up against the Shanghai and Beijing were the biggest winners last year. We get to play, Canada won a bunch. So it's really fun to get to see the next level of what these bots can do and what they're doing all across the world. So that's it.
Board members are coming
1, 2. We're going to get right behind you guys. You're tall, so we're going to get behind you. There we go. I gotta get in here too. Let Chris look this picture. So we're facing out there. Yes, please over here. Slide that chair this way. There we go. Perfect. There we go. All right. You guys say robots are all.
Robots.
One more. All right. Thanks, guys. Great job, guys.
That was very exciting. Best board meeting this year. All right, we will move on to hearings and correspondence. I don't think we have anything there. We will start the business agenda under instruction. Consider and take action on the proposed 25-26 school calendar. Dr. Federline.
All right, well, it's a very tough act to follow, but I'll do my best. Board members, as you know, the proposed 25-26 calendar has been out for public review for the last 30 days. We've gotten little to no feedback on it, and it is my recommendation to you tonight that we approve the calendar as was presented at the last board meeting for the 25-26 school year.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? No. Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Item number 2, consider and take action to approve the capacity levels and the calculated open transfer capacity amounts as recommended. Dr. Nelson, you don't need that chair, do you?
It was tempting.
I think
There
so.
was a day when I did, believe it or not. So, President Rummerman, Dr. Federline, and Board, I recommend the Board of Education consider and vote to approve the capacity levels and the calculated open transfer capacity amounts by school and grade level for posting on the district website. These need to be posted for April 1st. What you see in the chart is very similar. There are a few minor changes since the December-January posting that we did. There's just not a lot of transfer activity during these months of the winter. It becomes active, of course, in the spring as we look at next year. So, any questions?
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, item number 3, consider and take action on the contract renewal with Lightstream Networks LLC for district-wide area network services in the amount of $315,480 from general building funds before applicable discounts. Mr. Borland.
Yes, good evening. This is the wide area network between the buildings, the fiber connection that connects all of our buildings together. This is covered under E-rate as well as OUSF, so E-rate will probably give a 90% discount off this amount, and the remaining balance, OUSF should cover the rest of it. So there should be a $0 hit, but we're going to encumber the funds just in case something doesn't go right.
Move for approval. Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Item number 4, consider and take action on the purchase of 650 docking stations for teacher laptops from CDW Government LLC in the amount of $107,152.50 from bond funds.
Yes, this will allow us to replace a majority of our teacher laptops. The docking stations, the current ones we have are pretty old now. They don't have any of the new technology built into them. It's all old HDMI. HDMI is kind of going away, so we're kind of future-proofing it. We also have a problem with our docks and the connectivity to our smart boards. It times out and teachers have to recalibrate the boards all the time. This dock will fix that problem so they don't have to recalibrate.
Nice.
Will the new computers just stream to the computer, or?
No, the new ones will be USB-C. So instead of running HDMI and USB-A, we can just run one USB-C cable instead. So it'd be easier, just not so thick cables and just shorter runs.
Gotcha. Move for approval.
Second.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Item number 5, consider and take action on the purchase of 1,200 student laptops and accessories from Trafera in the amount of $730,800 from bond funds.
Yes, these will replace the laptops at the Freshman Academy. We're pretty fortunate we're able to keep the same pricing that we received last year from our RFP. So they're honoring the price. We have been told that after this purchase, the next price will go up at least 20 to 25% because of the tariffs. So we got in right at the last minute. So these will be the last cheap ones we get for a while, but we're able to get at least the whole grade level done.
When will we need another batch in a year from now?
That's to be determined. If every kid returns their laptop like we ask them to, a year from now. If they don't, summer.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Thank you, Todd. All right, under personnel, item number 1, consider and take action on the changes to the 24-25 early retirement incentive programs participation list. Mr. Logering.
Thank you, President Romerman, members of the board. You thought you were done with me, but no. We did have one 34-year support employee who is needing to retire at the end of the year, who does qualify for ERI, so they have been added to the list with Dr. Federline's approval, and no other changes beyond that, but we do ask for your approval.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Thank you. All right, under finance, item number 1, consider and take action on the 25-26 application for temporary appropriations for the 25-26 fiscal year for the general, building, and child nutrition funds. Dr. Williams?
Good evening, President Romerman, members of the board. This item is a request for the board to consider and approve the application for temporary appropriations. This is for the 25-26 fiscal year, starting July 1. This temporary appropriation is something of a placeholder for the 3 large appropriated funds. It allows us to begin spending and encumbering monies and spend beginning July 1st. So since these are limited by the current level of the appropriations established by the estimate of needs, this is kind of a pro forma that we do at this year every time. Be glad to answer any questions.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Item number 2, consider and take action to receive bids for the purchase of the $37,500,000 combined purpose general obligation bonds of the district and vote to award said bonds to the lowest bidder, complying with the notice of sale and instructions to bidders.
Thank you. This evening, we have Jerica Dawson with us. Jerica, as you all know, is with Municipal Finance Services. They handle the electronic bids and calculate the true interest cost and help us make our recommendations. So I'll ask her to present the bids and carry the recommendation.
Good evening. So you should have in front of you a list of the bids that we received tonight, or today, earlier today. So the bond sale was at 11 a.m. today. And I'll mention just a little bit about the competitive process. As a reminder, we only do this once a year. And for those in the audience who may not deal with it quite as much as well, but this is a competitive bid process. It's considered a closed bid. They all come in through an electronic bidding system called Parity, and they're all received at the exact same time. And bids are originally calculated by that system, and then we do a second check against all the terms of sale as well as the calculations to ensure that we have the low bidder presented for you tonight. And so we were fortunate. We had quite a few bidders. We had 7 bidders on the sale That is a very high number for a competitive bond sale, but that is very typical for Union. You all are very highly sought after bond, high rated. There's a lot of things that we can't control on the day of the sale, but you all control well what you can, which is good financial performance that leads to your AA+ rating for these bonds, which is one of the highest determining factors of your interest rate outside of all the things we can't control in the market. So I think that's reflective of the bid we received today if you look at comparative sales that are going on right now. The last couple of years, we have been kind of in a very similar range in terms of the rates. So the low bid that we received today was from UBS Financial Services with a 3.089293. The next bid, which we call our cover bid, was very, very close from Baird, Robert W. Baird, at 3.094055, and the next one was even closer to that one, BOK Financial Securities, 3.095699. I won't read all of the others, exact bids through the list, but the next was Mesro Financial. We had KeyBank Capital Markets bid, BNY Mellon, Wells Fargo Bank. So a lot of big banks, competitive banks, looking at the purchase of these bonds today. With that information, is there any questions that I can answer about the process or the bids that were received today?
Are these bids pretty close to what we've gotten historically?
They are. Last year, in fact, at the bottom, I've kind of tried to go toward doing a comparison of what's happened over the last 5 years, because your bonds are very comparable from year to year. That's another thing that you all do well, is you do 5-year term bonds. It's a short payoff period, so it gets you an even more competitive rate. And so it's easy to compare year to year. So you can see last year we were 2.788. I'll tell you, we hit the market on a great day last year. That was a very low rate for where we were at last year. The year prior, it was 3.103. And that's not too far off from where we are this year. The 3 years prior to that are kind of in historic low ranges that we don't anticipate seeing for a long time. So you took advantage of them when they were here, rates at just under 2% and then under 1%, again, very low in those years. But what we saw today is very comparable to what we have seen in the past few years.
Any more discussion?
Move for approval. Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. All right, item number 3. Consider and take action on a resolution providing for the issuance of combined purpose general obligation bonds of 2025 in the sum of $37,500,000 by Independent School District Number 9 of Tulsa County, Oklahoma, authorized at an election called and held for such purpose, prescribing forms of bonds, designating bonds as combined purpose general obligation bonds of 2025, providing for the registration thereof, providing for the levy of an annual tax for the payment of principal and interest on the same, approving the form of a continuing disclosure certificate, and fixing other details of issue.
This is an action item for you, but I have no additional information to present on it. Mostly it was presenting those low bids, and at this point now you're approving the resolution that will allow us to, yes, to finalize the bond sale.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
All right, we will move on to an opportunity for comment. Anyone on the board? Mr. Federline, have anything to share?
I do have one. I have just some very brief comments in light of some of the news stories that you may have heard about some school districts and financial issues. I just want to share with you a couple of things about Union's finance department. You heard Ms. Dawson say some things about our consistency, about our AA bond rating, which are excellent. In addition to that, the Finance Department has won the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting by the Government Finance Officers Association, won that award every year since 1992. They earned the Certificate of Excellence in Financial Reporting from ASBO, which is the highest recognition for a school district offered, received that award every year since 1991. The Association of School Business Officials, ASBO again, recognize Union Public Schools for excellence in budget presentation with the Meritorious Budget Award for excellence in budgets. PREP, the district has received that award every year since 2021. All that is to say, I want to recognize Dr. Williams and her team, but also let our patrons and our taxpayers know that our finances are extremely transparent and we have a very high degree of accountability, and it is in good hands. So Dr. Williams and your team, thank you very much. The only other thing that I wanted to mention is both our girls and boys basketball teams are bound for state this week. And so if you can get to the Oklahoma City Fairgrounds, the schedule is out. The girls play at 9 o'clock a.m. tomorrow. The boys play at 6 o'clock p.m. And best of luck to both those teams. Go Red Hawks.
Go Red Hawks. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. We are adjourned.